Let's talk about the two standard definition versions for Apple TV. As you can see here, there's Apple TV standard definition, and then Apple TV standard definition anamorphic. So let me jump back to the Finder, open up those movies, and compare them. I'll start off with the 16:9 movie. So this is the standard definition, and this is the standard definition anamorphic. And again, I'll open them up with a QuickTime Player 7. Just clean everything else and get rid of the other two versions that I had open earlier. So this is what we've got. This is a standard definition and then the anamorphic version. In the case of a 16:9 source, graphically, they appear to be the same. They both appear to be 853 by 480. Now take a look. The one that it just says standard definition, it is in fact 853 by 480, but the one that it's anamorphic, it's actually 720 by 480, but it's being displayed at 853 by 480. So what's the difference between the two of them? Well, it's just sort of the way it gets displayed. If you take a look at the standard definition, the file size is 4.54 megabytes, and the other one is 4.52. So in terms of file size, it really has no difference. There's no difference between either of them. It's just the way they get displayed. Technically, the anamorphic version has much less pixels than the standard definition. So in theory, every pixel on the anamorphic version should have a little bit better quality. But here's the catch though. Even though it has fewer pixels than the normal standard definition, those pixels have to be stretched on the width. So when it comes to horizontal resolution, the anamorphic would have a little bit less detail because the pixels are stretched horizontally. Let's take a look and compare how the 4:3 movie appears. So let me go and open up the 4:3 version that comes from standard definition. Now in this case, it's slightly the opposite of what happened previously. The anamorphic version, it's actually encoded at 720 by 480, but it's being displayed at 640 by 480. That means that the width, it's actually narrower than the actual pixel count. If we take a look at the other one, which is not anamorphic, it's 640 by 480, both in the physical dimension of the movie, as well as in the display size. So for the purposes of 4:3 sources, it might be better to choose just the standard definition without the anamorphic. In the case of a high definition movie or a 16:9 movie, well, it really depends on the movie itself. If the source is a standard definition anamorphic movie, then choose the option that says standard definition anamorphic. If the source is high definition and you're bringing it down to a standard definition resolution, then this other option would be better. That way you get to display the exact same amount of pixels that the movie has encoded. And again, it's very similar to the options that we had between VGA and anamorphic. It really depends on the source. If the source is a standard definition anamorphic movie, then choose the anamorphic options. In any other case, either using standard definition or VGA should yield more efficient settings.